Hi Sagittarius, here's a general look at your solar chart for November 2013, and as the month kicks off, as usual the Sun is in the sign before yours, so this in general is a time for you to draw inwards a little bit and look after yourself a little bit more. But this year there are a couple of extras. This year there's going to be a solar eclipse in that background area, in the area of your solar chart, which I call the chrysalis or the cocoon. And there is also going to be a move of Venus into Capricorn lasting several months. And for you, Sagittarius, Venus, the planet which is connected to money in a good way, well, we can always mess it up, of course, but she's usually, helpful, is going to go into your money house. So that is going to be a huge potential for doing well financially for you. But first of all, the eclipse. The eclipse for you is happening in this background area, as I say, and most significantly affecting the fixed signs. That's Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. However, are all going to be affected, related to where the eclipse is happening, particularly because this eclipse is conjuncting Saturn and Mercury and the north node of the moon. So for you, Sagittarius, this is a good time to take a step back, take stock, get some space, take stock, review the past, and maybe the past will be coming more into the present. You'll be harking back to the past and tend your inner self and your spirituality and your emotions like a secret garden. This is your time for preparation and in healing. And in some ways, the current position of Saturn is actually helping you to tie up loose ends from the past in preparation for Saturn coming into your sign in 2015. Well, it comes in a little bit in 2014, but properly in 2015. And you may be doing more inner work or beavering away behind the scenes on something. You may be feeling that you've got to be there as a support to others too, but you have to realize that you've got to protect your boundaries more with so much activity going on in this area where your auric field is more permeable and you're just more easily influenceable. This is a karmic house as well. So on the day of the eclipse, or in the 24 hours coming up to the eclipse and on the eclipse itself, if you just do something connected to that area there for yourself and in your life, then that will set the precedent which pulses out over the subsequent 6 months. And of course, over that 6 months, you just won't be sitting back twiddling your thumbs. You will be continuing with this same theme. But the wave of energy is at its most collected and intense before it sort of pulses out over those 6 months. And that's where you need to set the intention within the 24 hours of the eclipse. Now, at the same time, the Sun is in that area there too, and things going on within this chrysalis, the butterfly, preparing very, very slowly and beginning to feel its different form. There's a different shape. There's something new forming here. Over these many months of the Saturn transit through this area here, and the Sun is lighting it up this month up until the 22nd. Mercury is there as well, and Mercury will be there for an extended period also into December. So this is a time for you to be coming from deeper levels of yourself, feeling from deeper levels, being more introspective, and maybe doing some therapy, maybe doing some work on yourself. Not really knowing the answers to this or that or the other, because you're not really so strongly with your mind in the material world. You're kind of, more prone to be preoccupied and kind of zone out. However, the world doesn't go away. So actually this Mercury transit, when you bring your mind to bear on what you have to, is very good for working with others in a sort of little bubble, a little private area, like a cloistered area or within the castle walls. And you can get on very well in this environment, but indeed this environment should, as far as you are able, be as restful and nurturing as it possibly can be for you, because this very strong, logical, rational mind will need huge amounts of energy for you, from you, to hold with Mercury here. But of course I'm only looking at your solar chart. Your natal chart might be saying something. The natal chart might be coming to the rescue here, might be saying something quite different. And that's the point, actually. The solar chart is not the dominant, it's always the natal chart. However, the solar chart has a part to play for those of you who are listening to the astrologers out there through YouTube or whatever. You wouldn't be interested if you hadn't realized that actually the positions of the planets that pulse different energies to do with, we don't know what it's to do with, but it could be some sort of geometrical angle to our planet that then equates to certain experiences and certain atmospheres and vibrations that come through the air that affect us depending on what time of the year we were born in different ways. So Mercury is actually retrograde as the month begins, but goes direct on the 10th. So Mercury retrograde really means that you've got to trust even more that things are all right, they are coming together, and you've just got to have faith. But you're good at that, Sagittarius. And then Mercury, when it goes direct on the 10th, things should start to come together more smoothly and more swiftly. Until the 5th, Venus is in your sign, and so others like your style, the way you come across. You are more attractive. This is a great time to be going in for a makeover or doing something with your hair, your clothes, or just your ability to handle people will tend to improve at this time. And others will like your style. There could be goodies coming in the pipeline for you financially, or resources coming towards you. And this is a great time for getting yourself a good deal, in a small or a big kind of a way, because there's this flow of abundance around. However, the flow of abundance it doesn't have an opinion which way it flows. So sometimes it has us putting our hands in our pockets and shelling out more than usual. So remember that the flow can come just as strongly, if not more strongly, towards you. And then from the 5th, Venus begins this mega transit of Capricorn in your money house. Now this is a really great one, because this will tend to stack the cards in your favor with anything financial or related to property. And also buying, selling, renting, leasing, that can be favorable. And anything to do with funding or investing or just improving the incomings and the outgoing situation, or sort of helping with other resources, useful resources that you value, and that are worth something to you. Venus can, in this very extended transit, Venus can help with those. And you can get the chance to show what you're made of more. Others will tend to appreciate you for your skill, your talent, your contribution, whatever it is. So work that one, capitalize on that. And physically, if things have been out of balance with you, then Venus here can very much help you to find that equilibrium again. And if you use the Venus energy well, then others very much enjoy your company, your ability, your look, your image. And yes, you can very much build upon this transit of Venus here. Then from the 22nd, the Sun comes into your sign. So Venus, from the 22nd, the Sun comes into your sign, and this is a time for you to get on more with the sorts of things that you really, really enjoy doing. And it is your birthday time after all, and you're allowed to be more self-centered with Venus in your sign. The Mars position shows that this is a time for you to be putting physical effort and stamina and energy and drive and decisiveness into what you do for a living, your profession, or just your goals, your ambitions, your aims, where you want to get to from wherever you're at. And it's going to be different for absolutely everybody. But Mars is very much going to underpin this area here and help you to, get to somewhere which is an improvement on where you begin from, which is a little bit of a cockeyed way of putting it, but. And this transit of Mars will help with anything to do with image, the way you're packaging something or something's packaged, reputation, and you, with your responsibilities, you very much feeling that you've got to, come up to certain standards. You've got to keep going with that responsibility, got to be consistent. Sometimes we can get a bit frustrated wherever Mars goes, and this is an area here where you might feel your wings clipped a bit. You might feel that certain people in authority or in a position of power in some way are limiting you, and you could have more to do with officials at this stage here. But if you manage to keep your cool, keep your head, you will make progress with the master plan and with lesser goals and ambitions too. And for you early Saggies, just a quick mention about the Neptune coming across from Pisces. You need quiet time at home, where you need a space somewhere which is like your sanctuary, is like your retreat. That would be very good for you to have, and because what Neptune tends to do is you put others above you with Neptune there, especially with the family, unit, or with others perhaps in a community or a neighborhood, and you don't look after your needs enough, and you make yourself a bit of a martyr. So naughty, don't do that. As far as you can, find that balance of looking after you, because actually who else is going to do it really in the way that you want? And this is a great time for therapeutic practices as well, on a daily basis, from home or not very far away from home, yoga, meditation, tai chi, and whatever else you might know about. And you Sagittarians born the 23rd to the 25th of November, or with 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most this month. So try to see others around you clearly and don't put them on a pedestal. Until next July, Jupiter, your ruling planet, is in another financial area. So you're going to have them, both of them, Venus and Jupiter, working out of your financial area. So what's not to like about that? So your life could grow and expand through perhaps the contribution of certain key associations or one key relationship. And this can mean more money, possessions, or other resources, because it doesn't always have to be about money. Can be property, possessions, anything that's useful to you that you can make, that can provide, shelter or food or, equipment, bits of kit, whatever it is, but they're likely to be, more easily available to you, and you just find them easier to get your hands on through a certain key relationship or relationships. And it could be that there's a different financial strategy, but it's a joint one. It's very much a team effort. It's a kind of a joint thing, and maybe it's also on the other side of this. It might be some kind of moral debt that is repaid to you, and definitely Jupiter here will help you to feel more emotionally secure, if not financially secure. And you Sagittarians born between the 10th and the 14th of December, or with 19 to 22 degrees rising, are to feel this energy the most. In some ways, Saturn, as I said, is this position of Saturn is preparing you for the time it comes into your sign in 2015, and you Sagittarians born from the 5th to the 9th of December, or with 12 to 18 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most. And the positions of Saturn, Neptune and Jupiter are supporting you in taking stock, looking back to the past in a way, sorting out the baggage, sorting out the knee-jerk responses, tying up the loose ends from the past, as you gradually complete and heal from the previous very, very long cycle. It can be decades, and in a while you will be building new foundations from the roots up, but you're still in this finishing off phase for a while. And that's it for November. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, then that could be useful to listen to those. And also, if you want to know what a couple of the other outer planets are doing with which degree of your sign they may be aspecting, you can find out on my website. And I will see you the next time.